What's up, everybody? You're listening to Where's My 40 Acres, the Boob Tube podcast, and this week we're reviewing the blackest show on television right now, FX's own Atlanta. Shout out to Donald Glover, man.
I mean, how would you know you were alive unless you knew you would die?
My boy hooked you up. He made you the lemon pepper joints, but these got the sauce on them.
Life itself is but a series of close calls.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Where's My 40 Acres podcast, and this is the spinoff show, the Boob Tube, and we're covering episode 8 of Atlanta.
ATL ho.
What was the name of this episode? Was it the club?
It's ATL ho. It's called the club.
That's what I thought. I didn't think it was called ATL ho, since it's a lot of women that watch the show that's from ATL or in ATL.
They be the ones screaming ATL ho. Like
they do, but you can't make that the show title. You can't do that. We just had a whole Trans-America discussion last week about this stuff, Twine. You can't talk about women this way.
Okay? I need the season finale to be ATL ho.
Or else we gonna end up on Montague, and that's not really the move.
Man, I still hear that theme song in my head. Theme song is so bad according.
It doesn't leave. It stays forever. It just stays. It cooks right in your temple. It does not leave. So I was trying to figure out what the best way would be to open up this episode, and I felt like the thing that stood out. Well, Dro is there. He's in the playlist I created. So
that song goes so hard in the club, like it's not even funny.
He really ain't saying shit because I had the caption on while he was rapping, which showed the lyrics.
Roof. No, he doesn't.
He didn't say anything. Like he was like, I got my Crips in the biddy. I was like, okay, I get that. Like I'm looking at the lyrics.
You the man.
Song goes, but let's see. How did this nigga say this shit? He said, I've been running the streets looking for a real one. I'm a move like a crook move, but I'm God, son. Why did they have him rap that shit so stoically? Like just stand there and stare at him. Cold world, but an N-word, not from North Carolina. Like they had him do that. They had him. Of course, they had him say N-word every time he said nigga. And then at the end, he does that high-pitched falsetto. They just do shit to do it. Like they really do funny shit to do it on this show. And it's fucking perfect because they make scenes that are like scenes in life that are generally awkward. Way more awkward on this show. I'm sure rappers and VIP have niggas that come and spit their bars at them all the time over the ropes.
Oh, you know that.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
But they had to open the show up with this awkward ass nigga. Just standing there. Nah, I'm good. Y'all know what it is. I've been running the streets, looking out for a real one. I'm a move like a crook move, but I'm God, son.
I'm about to just rewatch that right now.
Bro,
I rewatched it when I got home because I was like, I saw it last night. I was so tired last night, but I was like, I'm gonna watch it, and I was crying, and I was especially as everybody has, this club scene was accurate as fuck with everything going on.
Yo.
And I rewatched it again when I got home and was crying. Like, I can't believe we have 2 more episodes after this and the show's done.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and start from the beginning. Earn, Albert, and Darius are in the club, and Earn has hooked up some pretty significant, like, club promotion shit. They getting paid to come chill in VIP. They getting paid $5,000 to come chill in VIP. That's pretty fucking good. That's good ass management.
To be at the club and you're just being there, like, not performing or nothing.
And they didn't have to be there that long. I mean, they was there for like what, an hour maybe?
Probably not.
It wasn't even there that long.
Probably was like an hour. They wasn't there that long.
Now he gave them some old cheap ass wine to drink the whole time. They said it was champagne. That shit was champagne. That was not champagne. That was some sad ass champagne that he had them drinking.
That shit probably was some damn Walmart, like, what is it? What's it? Footnotes? What's that cheap?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, with the lazy label.
Yeah.
The all white label with just the letters on it. Yup, I know exactly what you're talking about. That shit come in every color except the color you want, cause don't nobody want to drink that shit.
And it's always no more than $8.
Mm-hmm. They got them chilling in this little cheap ass section. Earn has hooked it up, and basically they just there to show face and get the money. Darius is there to have fun. Like, Darius is the most woke nigga on this show. He realizes what these 2 niggas realize halfway through the episode. He gets that shit and he's like, I'm out. But we'll get there in a few. So Paper Boi is basically bitching, and Earn is like, yo, it's just for face. It's just for, show value. Don't get upset, nigga. Don't get all mad and stuff. Just drink the red shit and just be happy because it's free.
Right.
And of course, to that, Darius says, I don't pay for 20% of my drinks. I'm the guy. And because Earn's like, well, how do you not pay for 20% of your drinks? I'm the guy. He's like, what guy? I'm the guy. People just be giving me the drinks because I'm the guy.
And notice in there that is absolutely true.
That shit happens though. Like, that happens to me all the time when we go places. DJ, you were there. We were at Governor's Ball. Just be like, hey buddy, here's a beer. Hey buddy, here's a beer. It's like, Ashley got a beer when we went to Governor's Ball. Someone just like, hey, here's a beer. I'm the guy. Yeah, they just be like, hey man, want a beer?
And I mean, Darius gives you that. I'm just, I'm going with the flow, good energy. So, how can you not want to just give him some liquor because you're drinking some?
I don't know, but yeah. So that was trippy. Go ahead.
I was going to say with Paper Boi. So this kind of, the more I watch Atlanta, and how we had the conversation about, like, Paper Boi will not get to his full, I guess, quote unquote, potential just because of his attitude and how he pushes forward as far as for having this little one-hit street song that's like a local type song. The bitching inside the club was so unnecessary.
Yo, right?
Like, so unnecessary. Like, you're there for free. You don't have to stand up the entire time. You have a booth, like you have a section. Is it not on the top of, that place? No, but you still have a section. And you're getting paid to just sit there and move around. And you don't even have to even do that. You could just sit there all night. You can text all night, but you're going to get paid at the end of the day. But you're bitching just because you are not being, quote unquote, surrounded by people like Homeboy was up at the other section.
Marcus
that's
Miles.
Absolutely ridiculous.
But Deidre, he wanted to stay home and finish Amadeus. That would have been way more enjoyable.
And then not even that. So you even had creepy fan come up to you like, "Oh, yo, you Paper Boy," and you gonna tell him no? And he's like, "No, you are." And he's like, "Why you even asking me?" Like the attitude
That
is
shit was
so
funny
disgusting.
though. Nigga, if you knew
It
who I was, why
was,
you
but
even asked
then
me?
on the flip side, I was like, you have somebody that is a fan, but you off gate you giving them attitude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But
that
you
was like
bitching on the other side that you don't even want to be there.
that was the theme of like the whole episode.
Yep.
Like everybody having this, oh, I'm fake, I'm too good for this club thing, but in the end, everybody really want to be there.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like that's like they keep saying, oh, I'm too good for this when they were too good for it when stuff wasn't working in their favor.
Exactly.
You know, when they got popping, then it's like, yeah, I'm the man in the club. And then, you know, as soon as he think, oh, he started to think he was a man, he look over, see a dude that got more than him, balling harder than him.
Why ain't
He
balling
get
like
hurt.
him?
Attitude again.
They
Right.
started off with this theme though. Like, I mean, they started off with each of them having their own phrase that represented the theme. So Paper Boys was, man, fuck the club. And he said that shit like 4 times. He said it at the beginning. He said it in the middle when Darius was talking to him and they was talking about the chicks. And then he said it at the very end when they showed the police, the news report about them looking for him. His last line was fuck the club. What's the name's Earns was, I hate shots. He just, I don't know what that was about. Like, I don't know what I hate shots is all about. That was new to me. I'm not sure why he was so just against shots, even though he took so many shots the whole episode. That was like that was the salt surrounding the edge of his shot glass was, I hate shots, before throwing that shit back. Because he never turned the shot away.
Right. He never said no. He never did any of that.
Yeah, and Darius was just having fun.
Lord.
So
Yeah, like both of them was the opposite thing. He said he hates shots while taking shots. Your Paper Boy saying fuck the club only when shit didn't go his way.
Yep.
When he never said fuck the club when he had all the girls come over there. He said fuck the club at the beginning because he was like, why am I here? He said fuck the club at the end because the shit happened, and during when his shit started getting popping, then everybody started leaving and shit.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and like you said, Darius was just
he said it when old girl wouldn't give him the number either. When she was like, I got a boyfriend, and then she walked off. I'm not gonna go into details. We're gonna go into that later. He said the same thing. He was like, man, I hate the fucking club. Like he just, you know. So yeah, Twan's right about that one, and D just right about that, him being pissed for no reason. So before we jump into the gist, I just want to say, I watched Westworld after this, and like Westworld is crazy, and the theme of it wasn't a theme, but like one theme they touched upon in Westworld this week was they gave one of the characters a book, and it was Alice in Wonderland. And it was weird that I watched Westworld after watching this, because that's what I felt like this episode was like, Alice in fucking Wonderland. It was random people that would just give them, like school them in their situation for no reason. And old boy, the Nigerian Chris, was like the white rabbit. He just could not catch this motherfucker. But, you know, Darius...
But that shit was so accurate.
That shit, the promoters be doing it.
Yeah, shit was great, yo.
I mean, the club, this, you know, talking to so many people, we were just like all in agreement, like every part of that, from the bartender, because you can always get gems from the bartender, but from the promoter, they're trying to talk to niggas, and it's so loud, to the smells.
Yo, somebody always smell like a fucking double
all
stack.
That shit, like all of that was 100% accurate.
Somebody always smell like a fucking Whopper or a double stack in the club, yo. Always.
I love that whole part where they had the subtitles there because shit was just loud.
So loud.
But niggas can still hear each other. Like when he was talking to the Nigerian, they could still hear each other. And what I loved about that scene was Earn, they're having a fluid conversation the whole time. And then when Earn mentions the money, all of a sudden the music is too loud and the Nigerian dude can't hear him no more. Wait, what was that? What was you saying? Nigga.
And the lights stop blinking and you can't find them.
Yeah. Right.
Like promoters be doing that. One of just Miguel, who was just shouting out some damn promoter in the club. He was cussing a bitch. He was cussing a motherfucker out. Got caught on video.
I can't even. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, the promoter. Well, I saw it on TMZ. Promoter was he was supposed to, he came to the club just as appearance, and the promoter was like, "Oh, you supposed to sing," and they somebody called a video like Miguel coming like over a barricade trying to get at that nigga, and I was like, "Yeah, man," because promoters be doing a little sideways shit like that.
Oh, they hell
They
do.
do that, yeah.
And you be like, man, like, and as an artist, you be like, man, fuck this. Like if I came here just to sit, and you could be like, yo, so and so's in the building. Like that's what I came here for. I didn't come here. Like he was in like a hoodie and shit. Like he was not, and like he never even looked like he wanted to perform or he wanted to be there. But he's like, it was a check, and then the promoter tried to change it. He started cussing motherfuckers out.
I just don't get why people go to the club to see celebrities when they ain't fucking performing. That's what I don't get. And it really is what old girl at the bar was talking about. We jumping ahead though. Okay, let's start from.
Man, that shit is overrated as hell. You know who I saw in the club last weekend?
Jesus.
And I'm being 100% serious.
Who?
Kevin Durant and James Harden.
Oh, dope.
It would have been. James Harden used my shoulder as a step stool to get in and out of the VIP booth about 6 times.
That's not cool. That's not cool at all.
That's 100%. Yeah, that was.
And then his
annoying.
beard
I mean, but look,
rubbing
man,
across
but when
you,
you
that's
tall,
not cool.
man.
No.
The nigga got legs as long as my whole body. He could have just stepped
This
over
nigga's
the
a
wall.
professional athlete. He doesn't need people to hold him up. Fuck
He
that.
could jump over the wall easily.
Literally.
As a man who's put his
like
hands
55.
on people's heads to move and shit.
Man, get the that shit disrespectful as fuck, dog. Excuse me, little nigga.
Dog.
That excuse me, little nigga shit is
follow
disrespectful. Get the fuck out of here, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
So, Paper Boi jumps off the rip. He's like, "Watch that promoter, dog. I don't trust his kind." And Earn is like, "What do you mean, like a hobbit? Like, I don't trust his kind. What are you talking about? He Nigerian, y'all. I don't trust him." Which we learned in episode 5. Darius is Nigerian.
Mm-hmm.
In episode 5 or episode 4. We learned in episode 4 that Darius is Nigerian. And then Paper was like, "Really?" And Darius was like, "Yup." And that was the end of that. He still don't trust this nigga.
Like Darius still not phased by shit.
Because Darius understands. Darius knows it's Nigerian niggas out there scamming all the time. He was like, "I ain't want it." He basically hit him with the, "Yeah, I'm Nigerian. I just ain't the Nigerian he talking about." That's essentially what happened.
And that's Darius this whole episode. Darius was the only one being real. He knew what everything was, and he didn't have any type of expectations or stuff. He knew exactly what stuff was, and everything he did kind of circled around that. While Earn and Out and the Paper Boi were trying to be,
Yep.
Listen, when Darius got up to dance to Young Dro,
Nigga.
that was life. Like,
That shit was greatness. That's how you're supposed to act.
Right on
VIP.
up.
I mean, real talk. If you could go to the club every week and have your own VIP section, I would go just to be there to watch people. Like, look, when you gotta move through the club, yeah, that's annoying as shit. When you got a VIP section with a couch,
nigga, when you got a seat, the club
you ain't gotta do shit, and you can just
Club
sit.
is extremely lit when you have seating, for sure.
The
Can't
club
beat it.
Absolutely.
Club is the
Especially
shit with
those
a
type- And I'll say this because I still go to the club, but I like, like more like the basement type ones where you don't have to get dressed up. But like those type of clubs, like even though that place technically is closed, so they like rehashed it for the for this episode. But but they're and I'm sure they're everywhere. But clubs like those where you got to dress up, they probably charging off gate $20 for women and more for niggas. Like places like that where you can just sit and you can just watch people, like you said, and DJ, playing some good cuts, and you can just dance. And if it's whack as shit, you can just sit there. That's prime.
Not to mention, he got chicks rolling up into the section just to be in there with him. Like, seriously. If they so you ain't got to do shit, and there's people fighting to get in your section to sit with you and shit. I don't see what you complaining about. Like, and you control that. Like, you can kick everybody out, and then you can invite them back in. You can be a true asshole with your section in the club. Yeah, you don't never gotta go get a bottle. You can, and if they serve food and shit, you can order food and have them bring it out and shit. Put DC club. If I had a VIP section in one of these nice ass DC clubs, I would go every fucking weekend, dog. That would be a ritual.
Why not? Right.
That shit would be
look,
ritualistic.
why not? You're going out. You're going somewhere to listen to music.
You
That's
getting
what
it all.
do.
You getting free drinks. You getting food. You getting dope ass music. That's a perfect Friday night, Saturday night. That's what I'd be doing at the crib. Only it ain't people around for me to watch. All the people I'm watching is on the TV.
Right, and if you get too extra tipsy, you don't have to worry about standing up, being, tipsy and hot. You can sit your ass down.
And then you can Uber home safely.
You can call your Uber right there sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
And the only time you getting up is you walking your ass out.
To the Uber.
Yeah.
I'm saying. Any listeners we got, y'all, some club promoters y'all want Where's My 40 Acres to show up at your club?
We'll be there.
Nigga, we will post up.
We'll perform
We
too.
won't complain.
Appearances will be had.
I don't know what
We
we'll
won't
do,
complain about shit.
but we'll be there. So,
All we
Earn
need
is
is bottle service and seats, and we good.
so Earn is like, let me go, holler at the promoter, go ahead and get this money. And when he does that, he's walking through the crowd, and yeah, Young Dro. Is it Young Dro that's playing when he's walking through the crowd? Yes, it is. It is. Young Dro is playing when he's walking through the crowd, and they have the subtitles, and he says somebody smells like a Wendy's double stack.
Yeah, it's
And when he finds a promoter and they have their closed caption conversation, and he says, "Follow me to the back," the song switches because the DJ does a mix, and they bring in Spray, which my subtitles thought was Spring. So yeah, every time my nigga like
That's his brother's song, isn't it?
Steve G Lover, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
And, I mean, at one point,
I love that. So just hearing that nigga just say spray, I was like, yeah.
At one point, he
That's
just
my
said
shit,
spray, 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 spray. And my closed caption said spring, spring, and not spring like the season. SPRANG, like the ghetto version. Spring, 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 spring. I was like, what? That's not right. That's not right at all. Yeah, of course he follows old boy through the club and he loses him in the darkness.
Everybody has lost somebody at the club.
Especially when them lights start hitting and you barely can see. And he made sure to do that quick left.
They hit that strobe light effect. You can't find no goddamn body.
He was short too. He was not a tall man, so it's hard to find short people in the club. But so the special.
I almost fell off a stage one time during sound check because the damn lighting designer hit the strobe all of a sudden. I was like, what the fuck, if you do that again, we gonna have a fist fight.
That shit
me off so bad.
But the strobe effect makes you start moving. Like you ain't know.
Absolutely.
You just stand still. Like what the fuck happened?
Your legs
And then
just gone. You end up 6 feet over from where you were at last time.
And if you high and with the strobe, that's a whole different conversation.
You're not supposed to be moving like that. That's a whole different effect. Nope. Not that lifesaver greatness. Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's horror movie stuff right there.
Yup.
You're scared, man. Your ass just scared. You
So-
seeing shit in the strobe.
The other special person that they had, celebrity they had in the club that night, because they had this announcer who was very real. He was very like narrative. Yeah, he was like when he said things, it was very real. It wasn't like the DJ hype shit. He would say them and like he said them matter of factly. So he announced that Marcus Miles in the house, Atlanta Hawks point guard, and he over there with his big cowboy hat and shit. And then they announced Paper Boi, and everybody's like crickets.
No, not even announced Paper Boi. The nigga forgot. Like he didn't read the rest of the paper. He was like, "We got Marcus Miles in the house, Atlanta Hawks, point guard, and and we got Paper Boi."
Paper Boi, y'all.
Like, damn, nigga. Paper Boi didn't get the pity clap.
No, he got looks like he got his own section. That's not right. So he got those.
He got a little bit of love, like the sympathy.
He got pimpathy. That's what he got. That's what he got. Pimpathy.
See, that's when as a person you mad at the announcer. Look, the announcer, you got to know the level of people in the club, and you got to announce in that level. You just start at the bottom, work your way up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be like, tonight in the club, we got Beyonce, and Carrie Hilson. She here. You can't do that.
Accurate.
Yeah, you can't do that. It's messed up. You can't. That's your fault as an announcer.
We got getting carried Hilson. Yeah, we got her.
And funny too. She's from Atlanta.
I
You know
know.
what I mean? Like
Like how Paper Boi is, he still got like, okay.
Yep.
you can't do that. You can't do that. You got to start from the bottom.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Paper Boi first, then like 5 other people, then Marcus Miles. Like he should have just added people that weren't even there. And did y'all see the news? Hillary was on the TV. Like he just should have announced other random shit that happened in the world. Global warming. And my nigga Marcus Miles, point guard for the Atlanta Hawks, is over there. You can see him. He's real. Like they should have did something like that instead of just announcing him and then go, oh, we got other niggas that's famous. Okay, or famous-y. Okay, there's a Paper Boi, Paper Boi. so they
didn't even play that nigga song. Like they could have played that nigga song.
Not once.
And then shot that nigga out.
So we come back to the club and Paper Boi is upset because he and Darius are alone in VIP right now, and he's like, fuck the club. Darius is like, he's like, yo, why we ain't over there in that section? He points to Marcus Miles section. And Darius like, yo, he says, yo, fuck that nigga. Darius is like, yo, chill, that's Marcus Miles. He kind of cool. And then he shows him Marcus Miles, I guess, Instagram page. And this nigga got the Google, the invisible Google car, which is a prototype. Car. And this nigga is leaning on nothing in the picture and pointing at nothing in the picture.
That nigga, this shit is so great because oh my god, because look, if you miss that part, the part at the end don't make no damn sense.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Makes not near a bit of sense in the world.
They put so much work into that last scene though, like. It's so many things that you need to pay attention to. Like
it's so great.
When we get there, because I've seen that scene like 5 times. When we get there, we gotta go into detail.
So it gets played about every 10 minutes because that shit took me out for 20 minutes.
I was gone.
That shit was great. Oh my god. So Darius is like, yo, we got this. Don't fret, Paper Boi. That girl over there, she been kind of checking you out. And he's like, well, how you know she ain't checking you out? And Darius is like, well, because she would have noticed this creepy look I've been giving her. And then he does the creepy look, and it's fucking creepy.
It was fucking creepy.
And then he says,
exaggerate.
And then he says, psychology. The fuck?
Darius is having a time, like this is his first night off. He done put the kids got a babysitter. Darius is going out having fun.
Yep. So they, he calls the girls over and he stands up and he gets into it. At this point, it's no longer fuck the club. It's like, fuck it, let's enjoy the club. Paper Boi, all this red wine on me. And he invites everybody into the VIP section. Calls old girl and her friend over. She got one of them annoying friends.
Trying to one up the other dude. That's what that was.
Yeah, true. Drinks on me.
Your night.
Yeah, he was real.
Your night.
He was real announcy then, but
he was mad because that nigga had invisible cars. He was mad.
Yep. So they cut back and Knuck a Few Bucks starts playing.
Yeah.
Nigga, hold up. They was too lax for me with that shit.
No, they were stepping. Like I was like, man, I didn't see nobody pushing. I ain't see no elbows.
I have been to like those type of clubs where niggas do not dance. They will stand on the wall. Girls be like, my feet hurt, I'm not moving. But when that shit comes on, all of that airness just goes out the window. Like they gonna be ratcheted in a nigga for them 3-4 minutes that song comes on.
Tired, sweating weaves out.
Yeah.
Listen,
you done broke your heel.
Even if they got to sway back and forth, they might, because they feet hurt. Like, it's going to be some thrashing movement.
I think y'all being too hard on this right now. I get what y'all saying, and we've experienced it in real life. But can we just relish in the fact that on a white network television show, in the middle of the episode of a popular black-ass show, created by black-ass people with amazing black actors, black writing staff, black production team, director team, that they play and represents Atlanta, is about Atlanta, is titled Atlanta. When we started watching this show, we said at some point they gotta play this because it's about Atlanta. Came through and fucking played Knuck If You Buck in a show.
Real sisters. You know how
nigga, It opened with Real Sisters. I was like, is Future playing right now? I would like the episode opened up like, and I went out. Listen, I went to the fucking where I go to find out what songs are played in each episode. I went there, I watched the episode, and then I went there, and I was like, okay, let me see what songs was playing in the background that I didn't know. I'm looking, it's like 4 songs. I'm like, nah, homie, like 8 songs played in this episode. I go through the list. The only one that was there that I know was there was Nuck. It won't no Dro there. It won't no Spray. And it definitely won't no fucking Future Real Sisters. And I'm like, that's the whole opening to the episode is Future Real Sisters. They even played it when they showed the title screen for the episode. When they showed Atlanta in the silhouette on the fucking tablecloth. It's like, dun something with the Real Sisters. I'm like, come on, bruh. How did you not put this song first? The first fucking song.
Yeah, Real Sisters is ratchet. I mean, We Be in the City is ratchet as fuck too. So they were playing some Atlanta's finest.
Yo, this episode has some fire. Like even the song they use when Albert goes to get his money. The song that plays when Albert goes to get his fucking money, Baby Huey. Yo, that shit was fire. That shit was perfect. So yeah, I don't. Nuck If You Buck came on, and I was like, I know Twitter is going crazy right now because they're playing Nuck If You Buck on national television that white people watch too. Like I'm completely down for this.
Man, you know what would have been even better if one of the scenes where like Earn trying to get his money, and then like the dude like, oh man, come on, and he motioned to the DJ, hit Nuck You Buck, and everybody rushed the flow.
Nigga,
that's how he lost Earn.
He just started getting bounced around, and they showed the top.
That's how he lost Earn.
They showed a ceiling view, like a top-down view of him struggling.
Or told him to play Damn, and everybody started doing ATR stomp.
That shit would have been great.
Like I lost. Where that nigga go? Shit.
So Darius decides, I guess he's gonna go outside and smoke. And I love this scene because this is the point of the episode where we as the watchers are supposed to understand the theme we get our foreshadowing moment. Everybody else is gonna realize this later on. We get it from Darius, and Darius is leaving, and I've fucking had this happen so many times. He talks to the bouncer, they have a conversation. He asks him like they get to know each other. He like yo, have y'all ever had to bounce a bouncer? And the bouncer's like yeah.
That nigga he got existential with the bouncer.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, that shit was hard.
You ever had to bounce another bouncer?
That nigga got a free drink, random drink from somebody. Too.
Right there. Hey, yo, my dude. Hey, yo, my guy. I'm the guy. And he gave him a drink. Like,
he dapped up that nigga.
Random dude just
came back. He dapped up that
drive-by shots, dog. But he's talking to the bouncer, and he's like, you ever had to bounce a bouncer? And the bouncer's like, yeah. Was that shit hard? And he was like, real. Like, that shit was, he said, how was it? And he was like, real hard. That nigga knew all the moves.
And Darius like, all right. Dapped him up.
They had a legit dap, dog. They was brothers.
Had a legit conversation. Like
they were brothers after that.
The drink, the glass,
like you can invite that nigga over for some Call of Duty. Like that is your boy now. He tells him, I'm going to smoke, and they hit the pound. Dude's like, yeah, I know about smoking. And they hit the pound. Yo, we fam now. Darius comes back not 10 minutes later. And it's like, he's like, yo, what's up? I'm back. And the bouncer's like, you gotta have the yellow band getting the VIP.
So like, yeah, you gotta have the what was it? The red
yellow
wristband.
No, he said you gotta have the yellow band.
Yellow.
Cause Darius was like, well, I got this purple.
Darius had a purple and a red.
And I got this red one. He said, well, you gotta have yellow. He said, come on, man, we just had a conversation. We just talked. You don't remember? We had a pound. We had a moment. You don't remember the moment?
Got silent on him.
He just looked forward.
And the bouncer was like, I don't even know what that's for. And then Darius was like,
neither do I. I don't know either. Come on, man. Just let me back in. He's like, can't do it. And Darius just stood there. He looked at him. This is meaningless. And he just left.
If you ever been to places that have multiple bands, that shit gets you. That will piss you the fuck off. Especially now, not if you just got the entry band, but you got the entry band, you got the VIP band. You know what I mean? and then you be like, cool, I'm walking around, and then you get to a place, you ain't got that band. Like, nigga, I got 6 bands on. Like, which band is this shit? Like, what band?
I can start a record label. I got all these bands, bro. Come on, what are we doing right now?
what the fuck?
What are we doing?
I can't let you.
But I just love the way he said it. Like, Darius had a moment where he was about to get pissed, and then he felt like he needed to reality check the security guard. So he just leaned in. This is meaningless. Mm-hmm. And then he just left. And he's right. The whole club situation is meaningless. The important people, the drinks, the niggas who buy bottles that cost $20 in the store for $300, the VIP section, the standing in line to get in, the dressing up and throwing all your expensive shit on to go out for the night, to sweat everything out that you did in preparation, the fucked up parking, your feet hurting. Like,
for an hour,
meaningless, bro.
An hour and a half, to be honest, because you know you ain't gonna get there early. You know you're gonna make an entrance around 12:30.
It's meaningless.
Club close at 3.
like the only
you forever to get in the line, because you know how they'll do. They'll hold the line and make it seem like it's so busy, like it's so crowded in there,
and it'd be empty as fuck.
I
love, you know what I'm saying? I love when clubs do that, because it's like, you do know if you let everybody that was in the line inside, then the club would be full. Like, why are we outside?
But it's like old girl at the bar was talking about. It's the exclusivity of it. Like, when niggas ain't gotta wait in line no more, now you have created this repetition of them showing up to the club every weekend because they feel like they got something that they need to hold on to. And if they miss a weekend at the club, they might lose it and have to be one of them losers standing in line again. That shit is so stupid. It's fucking meaningless. I remember we went to the club, and I know this was when I came up here. It was me and 2 of my friends, one of my first times coming to DC, and we went to like the park in 14th or some shit. We went to, it wasn't there. We went to a club that isn't here anymore. They shut it down. It wasn't 14th. That's still there. And we roll up in the joint, and they done got a little section. And I didn't know we had a section. I thought we was just going to the fucking club. But they got like a section for all ODU people. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's what's up. Fucking meaningless, my nigga. Like, they had a VIP section in the VIP section. And the person I was with, she knew somebody in the VIP section. She was like, oh, cool, let's go to the VIP section. She pulls me to the VIP section. And dude was like, you know, daps her up, gives her a hug, sees me and is like, hold up, homie, I don't know you. I'm like, okay. But you want her to come in. We came here together. You want me to okay, you know what? I looked at her and she was like, you know what, I ain't even got to do this. I said, no. Homie want this moment. Go ahead. I'm good. I went to the other part, and it was funny. They had like a couch. They didn't even have a section as big as Paper Boys. They had a little couch. Look, I can't even call it an L shape. It was like a bent eye couch. Mm-hmm. And homie thought he was big shit. Old girls was staying in there for like 5 minutes. Got her free drinks, came back the fuck out, brought me a drink out. That shit is meaningless. I don't even know who homie was. I don't remember that nigga name. I remember everybody that we kicked it with that night. I remember everybody who was there. I don't remember that important nigga. Cause that nigga was not that damn important. That shit is it's exclusive and it's seclusive at the same time. Cause if you leave your section, now you one of the losers. You gotta use the same bathroom as us. You gotta walk through the same crowd of people knucking and bucking all night as us. You ain't no different now, nigga. We all the same.
Like, nobody, like, I don't want to go and have a section and then it's just me. I would love to go have a section as my friends. Yeah, because then we're going to have a good fucking time. You know what I mean? Because then it's going to be like, it's going to be no different than we were sitting at home, but now we out in this prime-ass location with this great-ass sound system enjoying some fucking song. Yep. Like, I want to sit there in some place to just say I'm in VIP, and then, shit, I'd rather go in and out. I would hit my ass to the floor, have fun there, and then go back to VIP because my ass needs a seat. Like, shit, my feet hurt.
I'm definitely not trying to pay for no bottles neither. Niggas need to give us free drinks. I ain't trying to pay for no liquor.
Fuck up, man. I need to get into the club business because that's a markup right there. Goddamn $30 bottle costs $300. That's a mark. That's a fucking markup.
That pregame life is real. Like, niggas would legit be in the car. We be planning that shit. Like, let's make a stop at McDonald's. Let's cop a couple large drinks. We get to the club, park it. yo, got some bottles? Let's go ahead and empty this bottle out into these cups. Drink this shit down.
Oh yeah.
And let's go in the club
if you don't
drunk as
when
fuck.
you go out anywhere,
Nigga, right.
there's something wrong with you.
You crazy.
There's something wrong. If you going out somewhere and you know you about to drink and you ain't bought a couple bottles and got yourself, you ain't tipsy by the time you walking out, something's wrong with you.
Yep.
Something's wrong.
And you
unless
drink-
you don't want to drink, but other than
unless
that,
you don't want to drink.
But you drink that shit fast enough so that it don't really hit you for like another 30 minutes, so you good in line. You good when you get in. And then when your favorite song come on, nigga, you felt like you'd have had about 5 shots.
Yeah.
That shit kick in, you good to go.
Or you pregame just enough so that when you get to the club, if everybody get that one ceremonial shot together, like, yo, we in, nigga, everybody up. That one shot, that's enough to take you right over the edge.
It better be a shot because you know
Nobody
if it's
drinking
a
no
mixed
fucking
drink,
beer, yo.
It's gonna be, or even if it's just a mixed drink like with vodka and cranberry, it's gonna be literally about 85-90% cranberry and about 15 to 10% out.
Oh my god, I'm having flashbacks now of going to the clubs and ordering like blue motorcycles and being just fucking gone by the end of the night and not knowing how the fuck we got home. And I'm pretty
sure. It's a blue motorcycle. Sir.
It's a fucking Long Island that they color blue.
Yeah,
it's
Which one was the Henny and
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah, that's definitely not a blue motorcycle. Both of them get you fucked up, or you can walk in.
I used to think. I remember when Hypnotic first came out. Niggas thought Hypnotic was so elite.
The most
was so unelite.
Like, Hypnotic was the shit. Like, nigga, you seen that shit? That shit glows.
That shit's
nigga.
green,
Like,
nigga.
Oh my god!
I remember
the empty bottle on top of the cabinet.
On top of the fridge.
no,
we still
like,
got them shit.
Yo, they spell Hypnotic with a Q, nigga.
With a Q?
Upscale. That
We
shit
thought that shit was
upscale.
great.
Oh my
But that's what the blue motorcycle
Great
used to do.
bottles.
Cause old girls used to be like, yo, what is that bright ass blue drink you drinking? Yo, what homie got? Like, this a blue motorcycle.
We got some Belvedere back when Jay-Z and Dame Dash was rapping that giant.
Oh Lord.
Brandon, we had a bottle of everything displayed in the
Yeah,
room.
we had about 50 bottles
we
running
are
across the kitchen,
with
dog.
lights. And we strung Christmas lights behind it.
Yup.
So we could light off and shine through the
Fucking
bottle.
Chris
Like,
put
cool,
Christmas lights
nigga.
in the bottles, nigga.
Nigga, we thought we was the shit. We had people coming over like, yo.
We were the
that
shit.
shit.
Hey, we were the shit till we had to throw all them bottles away when it was time to move. And we was like, yo, it's a lot of bottles. Like, gotta.
Like, what the fuck we... Like, and then you think it was funny because when you first move out into another place and you go to put a bottle up, you're like, man, why I got this bottle?
Yeah, I moved
Like,
it
why
when
do
I moved into my apartment, like my first apartment up here. I had bottles on top of the fridge. Like, I would just keep them. Like, that shit was still, it was residual college, was still left in me. And then when I moved to my other place, I would get the bottle and finish it. And then I'd look at it and I'd be like, this belongs in the trash.
Like, why
And I would drop it in the
Why are you
trash.
keeping it?
Yeah, and I'll drop it in the
Most
trash.
recycling.
And it would cling. And I'd be like, that just sounds right. And I have space on top of my refrigerator for chips and cereal now.
Right.
So much room for activity.
Yeah,
you
that's
didn't
great.
do college right if you didn't display bottles.
Yeah, you're supposed to do that ignorant shit. You young and ignorant.
You supposed to just...
And that shit used to have like dust collecting on it.
Nigga, ain't nobody
Like,
cleaning
if
them
I-
bottles.
if I come to my child's like college and they got like bottles up, I'm gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
it's real now.
Yep, you mine.
Real.
You notice how you was created. We had a lot of bottles in the ceiling.
Like, look, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. Go ahead.
Y'all put y'all put up the Sky though. Y'all really put Sky vodka up here to display to the world.
Yeah,
Brag.
like nigga, you need to have like why you got the absolute over there? That shit not in glass.
Is this a
Nigga,
number
no.
thing or is this a number thing or a quality
the
thing?
aristocrat plastic joints.
Yeah. No, didn't we have a Belvedere tree with different sizes Belvedere?
Yes, because Chris
Wow.
brought the full body size Belvedere bottle one time.
Yeah,
Like
he got a big, like what,
Oh my
3-4
God.
foot Belvedere bottle. So we
Yes.
had like the sizes going all the way up, so like a tree.
What the hell?
yeah, right. Yeah.
we had a lot in our
We
room.
used to
nigga.
organize these bottles, bro. Like
Hilarious.
they used to be like, you can't put the cognac near the gin, nigga. Gotta put the cognac near the brandy. They relatives.
Oh,
like
what
you,
was,
yeah,
what
we
was
did
the
some
bottle
stupid shit.
the bottle that had the panther on it.
I have one.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, it was like
The
it was
Moo-
cognac.
No, it's Moo
Yeah,
Cow.
it's cognac.
Moo Cow. Vanilla cognac.
Yeah.
I got some in the kitchen. I found
They
it.
still make that?
Yes, I found it. I went to the liquor store that I usually go to, and they had 2 random gold Mucal vanilla cognac bottles. And I looked at that shit and I was like, nigga, they still make these? And I asked the lady behind the register, I said, y'all still make these? And she said, I guess. I said, you don't even know what you got. You got college gold right here.
What?
That was sophisticated sipping.
So I got that. I got that for a special occasion. I'm gonna celebrate and drink that for a special occasion.
Sophisticated sipping. That was like single malt.
And they cheaper now. That fucking Mucal used to cost like $60 a bottle, bro. That shit like $30 now. I was like, what?
Every college had that and Crown Royal bags.
Yup.
Just
you carried everything in your Crown Royal bag.
It's a black person thing in general. I keep a Crown Royal bag in my toolbox for work.
I have 4 in my desk right now.
That's like the quintessential. I need to put shit in a bag.
Yup. You ain't got shit to put in it. Like I got the white one. I got the special 75th anniversary white bag. I got that shit sitting in my dresser.
I saw that. I was mad too, cause I wanted that bag.
Shit's fire, bro. Shit's white and gold with strings. It's greatness. Feel like you should give somebody a Christmas puppy in that shit. It's great. But okay, so we come back and Earl has found old boy again by hiding in the bathroom and follow him out.
The second time he found him.
Right. He's like, nah, because you a slippery motherfucker. No. This is the 3rd time because the first time.
Second time.
Third. It's the third because the first time he found him at the bar. The second time he found him again and dude was getting shots. Right. And he took this. He said, yo, I'm just trying. Let me take these shots to my ladies. And he handed Earl the shots.
Okay, we didn't talk about it. Yeah.
Right.
And that was the one where he gave him. He looked at him he looked back at him and it almost hit like the deuce at him and then faded into the crowd.
No, he definitely did. He definitely hit the deuce and backed into the crowd.
That nigga sunk it like that Homer gift where he just sinks into the damn lawn junk. Yep. He just like, I'm out.
Well, he won, which made me question the shots because who was he getting shots for and why did he just abandon them so easily? With Earn, they must not have been very important shots.
Did you see how smooth he was, right? He's not going to give my shots to the ladies, right? He just simply like nudges his shoulder and arm towards those ladies. Enough so Earn's be like, oh, those are ladies he goes to. He never stops walking though.
No, he doesn't.
No.
He keeps moving.
When he did a little shoulder thing, Earn was like, okay, these are the ladies he must be talking about. But that nigga never stopped walking. He never turned.
And he never took any.
Stayed with that nigga.
He never took the drinks with him. He left them, and Earn just picked them up and decided, I guess I'll help you with these shots since I'm trying to get my money. He takes the shots to the women, and I love that they put this scene in here because niggas be trying to do this, and women need to pay attention to this scene. That shit is mad important. A random nigga walking up to you with shots, do not take those shots from that nigga because you don't know that nigga.
Nope.
And they straight up was like, no. They gave him the most fuck out of here. No, we don't want them rapey ass shots, nigga. Don't nobody want them rapey shots. Them Cosby shots, nigga. Don't nobody want none of that Hen and Cos.
Unless you send a nigga to the bar and you watch that drink get made.
Right.
They'll be just taking random drinks.
And then he was like, nah, it ain't even like that. And Earn knew what the assumption was that he was trying to give him rape shots. And he was like, nah, it ain't even like that. Yo, it's my boy. These shots are from him. And he pointed at the manager, and that's when you seen Chris fall back into the crowd. He was like, "Peace, nigga."
All he saw was 2 eyes.
And them girls was like, "Nigga, we don't know him either." That'd be that. So Earn finds him again while Nucky Few Buck is playing in the bathroom, and he follows him. He's like, "Nigga, I'm not even gonna wash my hands because I don't know how you might slip out of here on that one." You know, washing your hands used to be mad basic till you was trying to follow a Nigerian nigga through the club.
He's like, you go wash your hands?
Nope.
Nah, nigga. He's a dope.
Nope. All right. And he looked at him like he was nasty. It's kind of nasty, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he follows him, and they go to the bar, and he says,
sidebar.
Yeah, he gets a shot of Hennessy. He asks him what his Earn want, and Earn says Lafroy, which is LAPHROAIG or IAG. I guess it's an expensive ass liquor because it is spelled expensively.
Scotch. It's a Lafroig or something. Yeah. It's a Scotch.
He said, "Damn nigga, you trying to break my pockets?" He was like, "I earned this." So he had already planned how he about to maneuver this one, which is why he chose this bar.
Nigga, nigga.
That shit. Oh my god.
Nigga, I almost missed it. Nigga, I was looking down at my phone, and I looked up when he leaned on the wall. Nigga, I was gone.
That's why I'm telling you this whole episode is like Alice in Wonderland. That is how the white rabbit keeps getting away from Alice. She turns and something happens and she gets distracted, and the next thing you know, the rabbit will jump through a portal.
He said, cheers. Earn takes a drink, just like leans forward on the bar. This nigga hits the wall, the whole wall rotates. This nigga gone.
Bro, and Earn almost missed it. He caught the wall closing. He didn't even catch the shit spinning.
But look, he caught it like, he looking around like, did y'all see that? Like, did that just happen?
Yeah, old girl busted that bartender bust out laughing at him.
That bartender was so real.
She was like, you should see your face right now. That shit was funny. You should see your face right now.
You know what's funny though? Like, cause at the end of this scene, like, you know she has seen that multiple times before.
Oh hell yeah!
And
She knew
like,
he was gonna do
you know
it.
what? She like, this is why I work this bar. The tip's not as high, but nigga, that shit is priceless.
She
like,
knew he was gonna do
just
that
watch
shit.
that.
She was waiting for it. She was like, oh, he got another
She
one.
seen that how many times?
Oh.
She already know what all the tricks in the
And
side doors in that club.
She know that shit never gets old either. Like, that shit never gets old. Like, every time.
Hell no. So as this is going on and Earn has been tricked, he basically he snaps on her basically. He and like Paper Boi in the beginning, Earn kind of being a bitch now. He snaps on the wrong person. He snaps on her. But she a bartender in this raggedy ass fucking club.
He frustrated.
Yeah,
like,
but she's a bartender in this raggedy club, so she got thick ass skin. And she's like, you ain't gotta act like that. She gives him a shot. I hate shots. And he takes a shot. I hate the club. I hate life. I hate my left shoe because it's the left one. It's like, okay, are you okay, nigga? Like, you just mad at everything now because old boy pulled the Batman, the Batcave move on you.
That nigga hit him with a haunted house type move. Like, that nigga hit him with some Scooby Doo type shit.
That
like,
shit was good though. That shit was so good, yo.
The only thing that would have been better if he flipped the wall around and then would have been a picture of him and he been looking through the eye holes. Like, been the only thing better.
That shit was too. They start having this old deep ass conversation, and we'll get back to that because she basically points him out and he's like, I don't like the club, and she lets him know straight up, if you're at the club, you deep down want to be at the club.
Yeah, she basically you can leave.
You leave, which is
true.
Leave.
She said, let me give you some advice, which is good, which is basically a bartender about to read you. When they say you want some good advice, you about to get read. It's about to be some basic ass shit that you already knew, but they got to call you out on it because you being a child right now. Say you can leave. You could always fucking leave. Nobody got you. If you here, it's because you want to be here. Because don't nobody that don't want to be at the club end up at the club, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the shit you got to go through. No.
He countered with, "Well, I'm here for he said I'm here for business."
Yeah, she was like, she explained all the scenarios when niggas is at the club. He was like, wrong, I'm here for business. But that's actually the next scene. So hold up, because she was like, you don't look the type. Because this scene ended perfectly. She was like, just to be honest, you really don't look to give you some credit, you don't look the type. And he was like, oh, what's the type? And she says that guy. And she points to this.
Oh, the dude that's rubbing his nipples.
What is this nigga doing?
Just going in a slow circle.
Why he look like
his nipples.
what is Uzi Vert doing?
Like it looked like those creeps that he just was so aroused by all these women with these tight clothes on.
You know that
Yeah,
nigga
like
took ecstasy.
And the security guard's like, "Nigga, I done told you before. Get out."
He said, "Sir, no, that's not allowed." Like nipple rubbing is not allowed. Your own
Just
nipple rubbing is
your
not
shirt
allowed.
and just rub your nipples.
That nigga didn't have no shirt on. I think. Did he just have a jacket?
Yeah.
I thought he had a.
I think he had on
shirt.
like a jean jacket. I don't think he had on no shirt, yo. Just was rubbing his nipples. He looked like what's old boy that God, I don't want to. Okay, he looked like Lil Uzi Fetty Wap. That's exactly because I was like, is that Uzi Vert or Fetty Wap? Which one is that? Because he looked like both.
He one of them kids that trying to be like the rappers.
Yeah, Lil Uzi Fetty Wap, Lil Uzi Wap, Lil Fetty Vert, whatever you want to call it.
I like Lil Fetty Vert.
Lil Fetty Vert.
Fetty Vert.
So we cut the commercial. We come back. Paper Boi is still having a conversation with old girl. I think her name was Janice. And he's, they're talking and she's telling him this story about some other raggedy nigga she was fucking with. And he's like, yo, you want to take a picture? Let's take a picture. And I've never actually seen photographers in the club before. So I've not been enough because I've actually never seen a photographer in the club. I see their pictures afterwards, but I've never seen them moving around. And it's actually something that I had pondered trying to get into till I realized that I don't like fucking clubs and I don't want to carry my camera around in a fucking club and take pictures of random fucking people for no reason. Just to post on the site. Like, you gotta be paying me a good grip for that. But homie is taking pictures for the daily what the fuck. And Poster Boy's like, yo, you trying to get a picture of Paper Boi? And he's like, nah, man, I'm good. He fidgeting with his camera modes. He's like, nah, I'm good. And Paper Boi's like, yo, come on, homie. You don't want this picture? And he for real strikes a pose. Like, he is falling completely into...
He gave them... Like, Paper Boi looked at him and gave him, like, the nigga, I got a girl right here, man. Like, hit me up. Just try to take this picture.
Right.
one brother to another. Hit me up with a little favor.
Come on, bruh. Let's get this flash on. And
nigga still didn't do it. Like, it wouldn't have cost him one snap.
His explanation was great though. Nah, man, Marcus Miles got his peacock here, and he got a leather jacket on. That's front page news. So I'm gonna go over there. What? Wait. This nigga got a peacock in the club, and the peacock has a leather jacket on? Why do you know the specifics of this? Why do you know that the peacock has a leather jacket on? Like, the fact that a peacock is wearing a jacket, period, is already mind-blowing.
We need to see more of Marcus Miles' life. Because just a little bit they showed us in this episode, this nigga's living an extraordinary life.
And peacocks with leather jackets.
He's living an extraordinary life.
Right. Like a whole lot of stuff is going on. But he calls the photographer something, and maybe y'all know. He calls him. He says, "Hey, where you going, Ansel Adams?" Who is Ansel Adams?
Ain't Ansel Adams a photographer?
Is he a photographer? I don't know.
I believe so. Let me look it up real quick.
He is a photographer. Yes, he is a.
That's what I thought.
Ansel Easton Adams. He was an American photographer and environmentalist. His black and white landscape photographs of the American West, especially Yosemite National Park, has been widely reproduced on calendars, posters. That man died in 1984, like 7 months before I was even born. Yo, but check this out. He's a Yale University graduate, which would make sense because the guy that plays Albert is a Yale University graduate.
Oh.
So that would be why he knows
also,
him.
Ansel Adams is probably the most famous landscape.
He's real famous.
He's
ever. The fact that
you've seen a painting, or not a painting, a photograph of like mountains, and it's in black and white, it's an Ansel Adams. Ever in your life. 99%.
A lot of connections here.
Like, I don't know photographers. You said Ansel Adams.
I don't either.
I didn't know who Ansel Adams was. I also don't like landscape photography, so. So yeah, he takes a picture of his shoes though, which could have easily been used as a picture of him and the girl. Like, the fact that this nigga took the
click,
that's great. That's all you had to do was do that, but just for him and the girl.
Like, he giving him the universal nigga help another nigga out.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I got the, like, he leaned in. I got the girl with me. The girl, you can look over her shoulder. The girl sitting there watching
everything.
Like, it was real. Just nigga, like, you ain't got to take 8. You ain't got to take 6. Just take 1. Nigga, you could delete it later. Just take the damn picture. Please. And that nigga he couldn't even do that for him. Ridiculous.
Then took a picture of his fucking shoes. Nice shoes though. Old girl starts laughing, and she clowning laughing. She is definitely clowning laughing at Paper Boi, but he reacts to that as you should. Just take the hit, keep on rolling. You're trying to impress this girl who you don't know shit about because y'all in the club drinking food line wine, but it's all good. And
Drinking food line wine.
it is, man. So we come back to Earn,
That's
and
that
he's
book club wine.
wow. That shit that help you read better and then talk about it afterwards. Yeah, that discussion book club wine. No. So they come back to the club. They come back to the bar where Earn is at, and he's talking to the bartender. She's now explaining to him the wristband game and how that exclusivity works. How old boy, which I always thought wristband exclusivity was complete bullshit, and people who believe it are just dumb. Like, these niggas don't. You really think he only has one wristband in his pocket? His whole job is to run around and give out wristbands, bro. He got all the wristbands. He just don't want to give you one. For whatever reason, she basically explains that it's all about exclusivity. He got 4, but if he walks up to a group of girls and he's like, yo, I got some bands, but I can only give 2 to a group of 4, then that makes the 2 who get the bands feel better about their night in the club, despite shitting on their girlfriends by leaving them outside or whatever special section his bands get them into.
Yep. And the fact that nothing is going to change about their night.
They just got
They're going
bands
to
on
have
now.
the same night as if they didn't have wristbands.
Yep.
Right.
And now they get to tell people with the exclusive, they get to tell people, oh yeah, this is what I got a wristband and I was doing all this stuff. It's like, no, you were still sitting in the club. You were just in a different part of the club.
Same club though. People don't realize that
Same
the only
club.
VIP sections really are roped off sections of an open space.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's
you're
like-
on the
it's like-
roof.
It's like going to a game and you sitting in the section below me. Oh man, I'm all down here, man. I got better seats, man. We watching the same game.
It
We watching the
depends.
same game.
It depends now. If you go to like Governor's Ball or something and you get the backstage band and where they have the food tents and the free massages, yes, that is a different experience.
That's different. That's different. That is actually making some stuff. That's saying like, oh, I got seats at the game and nigga, I got sideline access.
Yeah, them
I'm
box
down here with the
office
play-
seats
you know,
matter.
that's a different thing. But when you just sitting there like you are in, when the lights come on, this is one big ass warehouse, and we put up these velvet ropes,
True.
and now you feel different. We all in the same club.
That's a good
Yeah.
point, bro. Has anybody ever actually been in the club when they turn the lights on and like the whole illusion goes, and you realize that you're in a dirty ass place, like, and y'all just dancing on fucking
Last
half
Sunday.
dry sticky liquor and people wearing the craziest shit, and y'all all look like y'all been through a tornado. Like, everybody looks a mess.
Yes.
Like, nobody looks like somebody you'd want to take home.
I've seen them when they've changed the venue from just like a normal type of situation to damn like VIP. Like literally, it's like Sweet Lounge for example, they had it to where like, oh, they had all these seats and people could, sit and eat, and then literally right at 10 o'clock, they like literally moved everybody, said, oh, you got to get up, rope sections off, and left those seats for VIP.
Right.
But people were just sitting there.
I have been to clubs.
Minutes ago.
I've been to clubs at night and then did not know that during the day they were eateries, and have went there for lunch, and it is not the same fucking place at all. It just, in some places when I find out they serve food, and I'm like, but do you realize what goes on in these places at night? They must do a hell of a lot of cleaning after everybody leaves to be able to like be cool with health codes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
To be making sandwiches and stuff.
Look,
It's
man,
crazy.
I done sat in. I remember being. You remember we used to go to the parties they had at Norfolk State,
Yeah.
and like that's when you couldn't get in the club. When we went to the gym, and it was you just hot and sweaty in that shit, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember just being in there, getting it, dancing, going on. I think because in Virginia it went to about 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Everything in Virginia shut down at 2 o'clock. Like niggas, I don't know what it is. Niggas gotta get sleep or
We've
something,
seen
but everything shut down at 2
whack
o'clock.
ass parties in college.
So, some girl you don't really see. You got strobe light effect going on. We dance, we getting in. I mean, we 4-5 songs in on this shit, right? 4-5 songs in. So right, then they're like, all right, we at the end, right? You know, they hit that last song. Them niggas hit the light quick. All I remember is the disappointment on both of our faces when the lights went on.
What you look like and what she look like, and this is not gonna work.
And it was funny. Neither one of us was like, this is not the person we got to dancing with. And it wasn't, nothing was said, no rude remarks were made. It was just all facial expressions, and we looked at each other and we turned opposite directions and walked apart. And that was it.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's the sadness of when the lights cut on in the club.
When we went to the club, dog, I would definitely go outside if they let us go out, just so I could see what was coming in the club. Like, cause once they get in there in the dark, you don't know what they really look like. Everybody look good in the dark a little bit. There's 20% more chance you cute in the dark. Like, and that's not fair.
Yo, what was the girl freshman year? We sat there the whole day. She moved in with my girl, and we saw her at the club. Yes.
Takia, listen.
Nigga.
Listen. We went to the fucking club with Takia and had no idea who she was when we saw her in regular dorm clothes. Like, she was like...
Let me tell you, right?
Nigga.
So she moved in with Keisha, right? Mm-hmm. Keisha had a roommate the whole, first semester. We gonna say this is probably this. I think this was before me and Keith started dating, so it was probably about first semester. Mm-hmm. And she moved in later in the semester. So when she moved in, you know, she's in the dorm. She had a head wrap. It was in the morning.
She looked a country mess, Deidre. She looked a country mess, dog.
And she was from country. Like, she was just country and shit. Like, cool person, nothing wrong with it. And I ain't saying she ugly or nothing. So we get there, she get a thing. I mean, and not we just saw her once. We're talking to her. We're having conversations, right? Me and Brandon go out. We sitting in line, right? There's this girl there. This was back in this is back early 2000 when everybody had the jersey dresses.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
You know what I mean? Eric had them jersey dresses was the shit.
Yes, it was. Because I had one. But go ahead.
Yeah. So she had the jersey dress on, and we walked right by her, and then she was like, "Y'all ain't gonna say hi,
Twine,
nigga." We turned around like, who? Who told us?
I looked dead at her, and I was like, yeah. Who? I was like, first of all, I was like,
this girl is fine.
Right, we looking at her like, oh, she's taking this jersey dress. Like, who is this? And she's like, Brandon, Twine.
We think we cool. You know, somebody done stopped us. We walking, somebody like, hey, we like, oh, what up, girl?
She's like, Takia, Keisha roommate, Takia, y'all, we just talked 4 hours ago. I was like,
we were like,
I'm just like, huh? I'm sorry. This is not how things work. My eyes I got 20/20 vision. You did not look like this in the past, present, or future when we was talking to you at that dorm today. What do you lying?
No, you didn't. And it wasn't like she had, it wasn't like we're not even trying to it wasn't like she had fake hair, fake eyeliner.
No, it was all her. She got done up.
I don't know what it was, but I remember the whole first hour me and Brandon was in the club, we was like, Nick, was that really her? Like, what?
I'll say this. Every time I seen...
what did we see earlier?
Every time I seen Takia after that, she never looked the way that... the first time we saw her, and I was like... Because when in college, when girls get new roommates and shit, niggas, the first thing we try and do is what she look like. Yo, because we gonna be hanging out in your girl room? Like, what she look like? Mm-hmm. And so we went down there, and we looked. I was like, oh... I mean, she all right. And then we seen her at the club. I'm like, oh my God. So every time I seen her after that, I never saw she all right. I never saw that girl again. I only saw Takia she's either going to class or they going out. I never saw whatever that was that happened when she was moving into the room. I don't know what happened to that person. She put that person back in her box or something. I don't know where that person is to this day.
Club shit. Do not meet your person at the club. Look, if you meet somebody at the club and you trying to actually do more than hook up, all right, you trying to do more than fuck, you need to talk to that person.
You need to smell her.
And then you need to y'all need to walk out the club. You got to see somebody in some natural light. Let them see you in natural light, because you don't act like you all fine either. Let them see your ass.
You need to smell her too.
You know what I mean? Because your outfit look great in the haze, and then she realized you can't match shit.
And then do
Your
a good
colors off.
scratch and sniff. Cause you need to make sure she smell clean. If she don't smell clean, don't let the breeze hit outside and confuse you. Be in there with all the hot sweat. If she smell good and if she smell decent in the club where you're not supposed to smell good, then you might be safe. It leaves room open to exchange digits. It's the best I can tell you.
You just trying to hook up, then don't even worry about that shit.
I tell you, ain't nothing more disappointing than a girl that you know is fine and then you smell at the club and it is not fine anymore. That is like every time we meet now. But in the club, you don't smell pretty. And I don't know what ladies.
Don't at all.
I don't know what ladies go through. I feel bad for y'all because I know niggas that come off the basketball court, get dressed, and go straight to the club. Them niggas don't wash nothing. They just go right to the club.
Those are the ones that smell like, what he said, a Wendy's double stack?
Wendy's double stack.
I go to the club like if you know, I don't even like going to the ones you got dressed up. I like going to ones where can I wear some t-shirts, some jeans, shit. We about to get sweaty in this shit. But if I gotta go get one, you know, I'm getting like if I got a dress shirt on, then I'm putting the full undershirt on.
Yeah.
You ain't about to see all this good sweat. You know what I mean? Plus, you know, if you big, you already know this. I put this good undershirt on. All right, I'm gonna get that because you ain't about to see these sweat stains, right? I'm about to take a nice shower. You know what I mean?
This
you
nigga
about
said
to
a nice shower.
you about to hit that junk. You hit your body 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? You might even throw some baby powder someplace. I gotta stay dry.
This nigga said he done pour some Oxycontin in the water. He taking a nice shower.
You got to stay. You know what I mean? You make sure, you know, you smell good. You don't want to smell too strong, but you make sure you smell clean because you know you're going somewhere to sweat some shit out.
Now maybe I'm the only person.
Going to it. You wash your hair. Wash your hair. If you got hair, wash that shit. Cause that's the last goddamn thing. Cause if your hair ain't been washed and you start sweating, all that heat coming through your goddamn head and the funk coming.
Wash your neck too, nigga. Wash your fucking neck.
Behind your ears.
You taller than most girls.
Like,
they know it's gonna be right up in your fucking neck, nigga. Wash your neck. Wash the back. Wash the front. Wash behind your ears, nigga.
Look, I love body wash and shit. Cause you put that shit on, like girl lay on your chest and she don't smell nothing, but when she lay on your chest for that slow song, she get that good freshness. She like, yeah, she can grip you a little bit tighter. You know what I mean? Last thing you want to do, but don't wash the back of your head. Don't wash your ears and shit. She get the nibbling on your ears.
You need to exfoliate.
There's a reason why she stopped.
Maybe I'm the only person who ever experienced this, but I still don't know exactly how to put cologne on because I only needed to use it when we was going to the club, and after that, that's running around the dorm and like, hey, y'all got some cologne? Hey, y'all got some cologne? Hey, y'all got some cologne?
Really?
Oh, you got some cologne?
I was always scared about doing too much cologne.
Exactly.
So I never put cologne on the outer layer.
Spray it on like your wrist.
If I had an undershirt on,
dab your wrist real quick.
I spray a little teeny bit on the undershirt, put the shirt on over it, and I might have like another shirt. Do that, and then you get a little bit. Spray a little bit on your wrist because the cologne you're supposed to put it on like your wrist and your neck.
You dab your wrist.
Your pressure points.
And you're not supposed to put it on
that's where your blood is gonna be pumping and it's gonna actually aerate it. You know, the alcohol is gonna evaporate. That shit's gonna start to go good. You take a look. It's one spritz.
But you got niggas that'll spray it and then walk into it, nigga. I don't get that. Like I seen niggas who they'll spray it. And my first bottle of cologne, I really ain't purchased it till we started going to the clubs, and it really wasn't necessary, but you know it was. Spraying that shit and kind of just walking into it like Axe body spray, that's just not the answer. Don't do that.
No, your bottle of cologne should last you for a while.
And don't put it on your do-rag. That's not, no. You're not supposed to have a do-rag anyway.
And to the club.
Niggas wear do-rags to the club, bro.
No, and
but don't.
Axe body spray is the worst thing to happen to some niggas. Cause y'all be acting.
It is the Febreze of body sprays.
Hey man, listen. We used to use Axe body spray as a chemical weapon. Like when we were fucking around in the dorm, you take the can of Axe, right, and the plastic top, and you spray as much Axe as you can into the top of the thing of Axe, and then throw it in somebody's room. It's like a tear gas grenade. You see motherfuckers come running out their room coughing and shit.
Sound like a bunch of white sports dudes ran around your room and then ran out. Like, oh, Axe commercial wiggers.
Look, they did it. Axe was getting such a bad reputation that they made a commercial about how to use Axe properly.
Bruh. Some of y'all getting a little too
They made a
much with the
commercial
Axe.
about it because they know y'all niggas be spraying like, and I mean, and think about that. Axe should want you to spray half a bottle because that means you need to go buy another bottle from them. But they also understood that as soon as a woman smells Axe fragrances, they gonna be like, "Fuck that shit," and dudes are gonna stop buying Axe.
Hey,
so like, look,
that ain't. I mean, it ain't just
we got
that.
the long game.
This ain't just on men either, though.
It's just an enhancement.
We got to get back to the show too, but this ain't just for men either. I know some of you women like going into the club smelling like strawberry glaze sweet candy. No, that is no. I know what you smell like a carnival fair at a daycare center. That is not acceptable. You should not smell like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory coming up in the club. That is unacceptable. You better smell like some jasmine, some cherry blossoms or something. Don't smell like no strawberry tart.
Victoria's Secret Love Spell, because that was the number one culprit.
You better not smell like a box of nerds.
What was it? Kanye said, "Smell like cucumber body works."
Nigga.
Yeah, cucumber melon.
Cool water and cucumber melon. That's what you smell like.
Yeah, don't come in there smelling like candy and child dreams and unemployment checks.
Girls used to get that. What was it from Bath and Body Works to get that vanilla sugar, that lotion.
That shit does not smell good when you start sweating either. You just
and you know, like that's the thing.
Smell like diabetes.
I've learned from years of sweating, especially in the club. It's like, you know, when you start spraying a whole lot of like strong perfume, you know, on top of, you know, what you put in your hair and like all that stuff, and you sweat, it changes and it just stinks.
I just don't want nobody to smell like a grape. Like why you smell like a grape?
Like if you wanna know how, come to your house one day, leave the trash in too long, your house stinks.
It's like I don't understand how
people spray some Febreze over it. It smells like flowers and funk. Like that's what your nose knows each thing.
That's why I don't understand how even people like after they come from the club, they'll be like, oh, like they would want to get up and they'll go straight to like that person's like house or whatever. It's like
I hope they go take a shower. Like I hope they go there and shower.
Like it wasn't until when I watched TV, I didn't get the trope of I need to freshen up until I went to the club.
Right.
Then I understood. If you went home like, no, we need to take showers. Yeah. That's we both need to just take. Go ahead. Are we down? So we about to fuck? Cool.
Showers need to happen.
You want to take the shower first? Why take the shower? Which one? No, we're not gonna play in the shower. We gotta get clean first. We can play in the shower later.
I tell you this. You might this might work, or it does work. You know, experiences, whatever. You might not shower if y'all both just so fucking drunk that none of your senses work.
Well, see, then you got an excuse then.
At that point, it's just like... I don't know.
I mean, even if you're drunk, like, your dick is going to be salty tasting. Hell no. That shit sober your ass right on up. Gross.
Oh, keep it thorough.
Fair enough.
Keep it thorough. Okay.
I mean, I didn't say a lie either, so...
Keep it thorough. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so back to this is a grown up discussion right here. All right, ma'am, you supposed to taste like asparagus. You taste like bath salt. Let's get this popping. Asparagus. Drink water.
What?
Okay, so we talked about the wristbands. Oh, and she schools Earn, and she gets very his term Marxist with him. And, you know, I like how she ended with everyone needs to feel special sometimes. Why do you think porn exists? Mm-hmm. Which is, you know, accurate.
Uh-huh.
And Earn is like, you were pretty Marxist there until you got misogynistic. And she was like, yeah, well, truth is the truth. He says, I guess I'll take the check. Tiresias. Or Tyrese. Okay, I had to write this down because I don't know. These smart nigga, these Princeton and Yale nigga references, I don't get these. I thought we was watching a ghetto show. We not. They want you to think. So I don't know. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing this wrong.
What did she say? What did he say?
He said it's spelled Tiresias, but that's not the way he pronounced it.
When he was talking to the
Tiresias? I think he said Tiresias. Or Tiresias? Let me see. Tiresias is Greek mythology, of course. Oh, it's Tiresias. Tiresias was a blind prophet of Apollo in Thebes, famous for clairvoyance and for being transformed into a woman for 7 years.
What?
That was perfect.
That was good.
That was a dead on thing.
God, that was good.
That nigga what? He went to Princeton.
He did. So I like that. That was dope. I figured it was some type of like Greek mythology shit. I just wasn't going to take that chance of making it up. I needed to look this one up. So yeah, if y'all want to go research why he used that reference outside of what I just read, it kind of fit her perfectly. She was just clairvoyantly dropping game on him to the point where she really was a club prophet and could have been a nigga in disguise, because she was telling everything. Like it was like especially with the misogynistic comment at the end. That fit perfectly, because she definitely said that shit the same way a dude would. So all right. Well, she leaves. She says, she gives him the check. She says, you better leave a tip. And then he flips over the check, and on the back she has written fire alarm in all caps. And he turns around, looks at the wall, and of course, where old boy spun out of the scene, there's a firewall. There's a fire alarm, and he pulls the lever, and of course, the fucking fire alarm lever in the club does not work. So in case there's an actual fire, all them niggas gonna burn up while some motherfucker spins out of the club and gets away.
Work.
Right. Well, that'll be the one nigga that gets away from the fire, because he'll find a secret passage out of the club without alerting anybody else.
That spin was so legit.
Yeah.
It really was.
So, the door, Darius didn't even close the fucking door either. He just walked in and left the wall open. And, goes back, and we cut the commercial. We come back from fucking commercial. And Paper Boi is still hitting. What's up?
No, go ahead.
Oh no, Paper Boi still hitting on old girl. And at this point, he has been so invested in conversation with her, he has not paid attention to how monkey phone works in the club, where you let 5 people in and that turns into 50 fucking people. So he's talking to her, and randomly some dude picks up his bottle and tells him, oh, I was just gonna top you off, big dog. And he said, nah, nigga, I can top myself off. I don't need your help. He says
he was from Harlem.
He says, I'm a rapper. Well, actually, I'm a promoter from Harlem. You know A$AP Rocky? I don't know any of them,
that nigga.
But I went to school with Janice, and he motions at the girl he's been talking to the whole time.
Oh, like he just dropped the name, but I don't know him.
But I went to school with Janice. And then another dude comes and this is the one that fucked it up for everybody. There's always one nigga who does too much in VIP and fucks it up for everybody that ain't supposed to be there. He stumbles past the table and knocks one of the bottles over. And, he's like, and another dude jumps out, hey man, he cool, he with me. And nigga, who the fuck are you? That's when the club vision wears off. Paper Boi looks around, he notices that it's turned into a chicken sausage fest in his VIP section with niggas drinking up all his shit.
A bunch of people he don't know that don't care about him, and then the couple people he did come to the club with ain't there no more.
Yeah, Earn is still trying to get the money, and Darius went home. So yeah, he's in VIP alone. This is the scenario we were talking about, Twan. He is there without his peoples, surrounded by a bunch of fucking people. That's not a cool situation in VIP. So he kicks everybody out, except for a couple of pretty girls. He invites them back. Old girl's girl runs up and she's like, yo, girl, come on. Marcus Miles is over there and he got bottles. Paper Boi like, no, hold on, girl, don't leave. I got bottles. And he goes to order another bottle. And, here comes the narrative club announcer, Mr. Morgan Freeman. And he says, Marcus Miles just brought the entire bar tonight, and everybody cheers because typically when somebody buys the entire bar, that means they have covered the tab of everybody in the club for the night.
Yeah, like
y'all
about to be drinks on drinks.
Right, we drinking for free. That's not what I love about this is they took it in the literal sense
He really did.
And he said, so we will no longer be serving drinks because he owns all the liquor in the club. And actually, I think he's leaving. And they show this nigga is leaving after buying all the liquor. And then the DJ just hung his hat on the mic and, and left.
That's it.
He just left.
And then the lights came on.
That's it for the night. Good night.
Yep.
That nigga bought all the liquor and went home.
And he basically ended the club for
Put
everybody. Because that's probably the only place you can get liquor now, and he done bought it all. So the whole point of even being at the club anymore has completely gone because this nigga brought all the liquor for himself and then left.
He has literally bought the bar.
Fucking ridiculous. So Earn busts into Chris's office, and Chris is back there on some looking like he a gangster and shit. Got his whole count money at the desk. He's sitting at the desk.
Did y'all see the computer?
No, what was the computer?
It was like one of those old floppy disk computers with the, like really small.
They always got them
monitor.
fucking shits in a back office in a club somewhere. Like they don't want to get rid of them when they don't need them no more.
I just noticed it when I watched it again earlier. I was like, that old ass computer.
That's why he was counting that money by hand.
That shit was beige.
He was doing
That's how old it was.
He does all his Excel sheets on paper because that computer can't handle it.
Oh, grid. That's too funny. But yeah, that was gross. Cause when Earn came in there, and he said, "Where's my money?" Then he started throwing up. I was like, "Okay, we cannot do that."
I bet. What'd you say, Deidre?
No, I said it was gross when Earn came in there.
I threw up.
Started throwing up. Ugh.
I mean, he had like 6 shots at the bar.
All those shots.
He had like 6 shots at the bar.
We didn't have to see the throw up.
Well, this is real life, so we sadly.
I really didn't have to see the throw up.
They kept
he
it 100.
like them shots.
Yeah, he didn't. I hate shots. That's why he hates shots, because he don't know how many he's not supposed to take. So he says, "I want my $5,000," and he said, "You mean $750?" Now, the first time I watched this, I thought Earn said, "I want my $1,000," and when he said $750, I was like, "Yeah, he jipping you by like 25%, but that ain't that bad." You know what I'm saying? Like that could be worse. That ain't that bad. And then I watched the episode
from the jump. She was like, when she saw when Paper Boi started doing like I'm popping bottles, she was like, man, that promoter's about to deduct all that shit from him.
Which he's not supposed to do because he promised him the bottles on the club, which is typical.
Yeah, but she was like, he about to do all that. She about to do all that shit.
But what threw me off later in the episode was when Paper Boi goes to get his money. The amount of money he took was way more than $1,000, and I was like, wow, he just took all the money. But when I watched it again and Earn said 5,000, I was like, oh, yeah. That's why he took all that money. Okay.
Yeah, he literally just took the band from him.
He took what he was owed. That was $5,000 right there. I know, because when he smacked him, I heard all 5,000 of them.
Oh, we gotta wait.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, with the friend? Oh my God.
No, we have to wait.
We getting there. We getting there. So he takes the $750, and old boy starts running down the bullshit list of reasons he deducted $4,250, which was flyers, extra security for a club, because Paper Boi is a thug. And he was supposed to perform, and he went over his bar tab. Right. Even though old boy just brought out the bar. So I don't know how he's still going over it. Ain't no more liquor left. Earn takes the money, and he gives him the whole, you better watch your tone, take the money. He a little gangster now. He a small man gangster. Because don't make him get the heater, which he doesn't have yet. So I don't know why you ain't just beat his ass and tell him to give you the money. He ain't got the gun.
But Earn, it's Earn. He knew what Earn.
It was hard.
The shit out of Earn.
It was hard for me to see this scene though, because Childish Gambino is so much taller than this guy. in this scene. He's, this little dude is telling him, take the money, whatever. So he takes the money, he goes back. Cut back to Paper Boi. Paper Boi is trying to, get old girl number, get the hookup. And he tells her to hold on because they're basically talking about how it's been a waste being at the club and it ain't even 2 a.m. yet, or it ain't even 12 or some shit like that. And they about to go home. And he's like, well, hold on. He calls to find out where everybody is so they can get straight on leaving, so we know who going with who, because I got this chick. He calls Darius. Darius at home eating cereal or something, playing Zoo Tycoon.
Chilling.
Talking about, man, I left the club, some shit about some wristbands or something. I couldn't get back in no more or something. I don't know. So I'm at home on this Zoo Tycoon.
Darius still having the time of his life.
Unbothered. I loved it.
Yeah, so
eating his cereal.
He's having a comfortable night. Got free drinks. Went home, is playing Zoo Tycoon, having balling. So Paper Boi runs back to old girl because this has happened before to a couple of us in the club. You trying to get some numbers and the person they done left, or you trying to figure out where they done moved to. He finds out where she is, runs back over. Yo, can we exchange information? Oh yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. He's like, nah, I'm talking about like we really know each other, like we met in person. Oh, I have a boyfriend. Wait, what? His reaction was, wait, what?
Yes.
And then she hit him with that's so cute. You wanted to get with me. I thought we were just conversing.
Yeah. Because, she said you a cool ass nigga. Like, he thought he was in.
You done made, as a man in the club, being there, like going to the club, had to happen before. That is just such an awkward... It really makes you try to figure out what women are thinking when they go to the club versus what I know what men are thinking when they go.
She hit them with nothing but the truth, though.
Yo, the truth. It was so, and that's why again.
It was the real.
Again, that's why this is like Alice in Wonderland. She really was like an epiphany for him in that moment, and she said it so straight face. There was no emotion. She didn't get upset or anything when he basically said to her, "Oh, you just wasted my time." She turned around. She's like, wasting your time. You had a good night, right? That's why you came here, isn't it? To party with cute girls.
We had a good time.
Right. To party with cute girls and have a good time. We did that. Which is exactly why people go to the club. Like, people go to the club because they're hoping after they have a good time and find somebody that maybe it might turn into something else. But the reality of the moment you're in the club, that time period, it's just all about talking to girls that you think are cute in the dark and having a good time and drinking. That's it. And they did that.
Yeah.
So it's over.
And then I think too, again, was the fact of her tone when she said all of it. Like you said, she wasn't being snippy. She wasn't, giving him any sort of attitude or neck moving, and then I like also too, like they didn't even typecast her as a like hood rat, with how they do a lot of times. Like, she was just a normal, pretty girl, and she was chill, but she chilly told him like, this is what you wanted. Like, why are you upset?
Well, I think they actually, and I mean, the way I saw it was they actually did typecast her as the pretty face, the pretty chick in the club who you trying to hook up with, and you give her drinks so she talks to you. Because her and her girl was taking as much alcohol from him in the background as possible. And she did invite her peoples in. And she was very kind of like, I can do what I want to now that I'm in here with you. But at the end of it all...
But the attitude, you know how some of them do? Like, you know, because he was kind of pressing. She didn't give him the attitude of like, nigga, what? Like...
That's why I liked it. I liked it because she basically played the role that we all thought she was. You know, like, I don't want to say a hood rat in the club, but a girl in the club who knows she's prettier than her friends, and that will allow her to get free drinks in the VIP sections and to hang out with, hopefully, some cool ass niggas. Right? But she's not expecting anything. She's not looking for somebody to take home. She was looking to go to the club, hang out with some cool niggas, get some free shit, and go back home to her man. right? From a man's point of view, you feel like you leading them on, but she's not really leading you on. She's playing her role. She's doing. This is her game, and your role is the supplier of the booze and the VIP and the good time. That's pretty much what it is. So I like that when she turned around, like you said, she didn't have a hood radish attitude. She had a very matter of fact, let me step outside of the role I was just playing and read the rules to you again, because maybe you forgot. Maybe you didn't read the guideline or the tip sheet. But this is basically you're VIP, famous. I'm a pretty girl. We're in a club. These are our roles. We completed them. 100% task achieved. Here's your badge. I'm going home.
Right.
And she didn't have an attitude. It was very like eye-opening. I hope for a lot of dudes who get confused by this, thinking that women have the same expectations as them.
Cause man, if a girl's feeling you, you'll know.
Basically,
you'll know when she's feeling you. But you came over there, you lured over there with a bottle, and the whole time y'all were just sitting there drinking.
If she walks off and doesn't stay to get your number, that was pretty much a signal.
Yeah, and they were having a good conversation, but it was just that. It never went. There was never a point where she was flirting with him.
Mm-hmm.
They would just have when she was telling them stories about that one dude she messed with. She was just telling them stories. Now it was obvious that Paper Boi was flirting with her, but she never flirted with him. She didn't do nothing to lead him on. She didn't say a word to him.
Nope.
Other than it seemed like when you have friends, we just friends. That's it.
Yep. I think, like I said, I thought the scene was genius. So Paper Boi's pissed. He screams, "I hate the fucking club," or "I fucking hate the club." And Earn shows up. He sees Earn. He runs over to Earn. He's like, "Yo, man, Earn, let's get the fuck out of here. I fucking hate the club, dog." And Earn is like, "Did you get our money?"
This is where it starts.
He said, "Did you get our money?" And Earl was like, "Man, I'm sorry, man. He gypped us.
He only gave us $750.
He only gave us $750. Man,
Earl was about to cry, man. Earl was in that real. I'm so drunk.
He was also drunk as shit.
He said, "I don't scare people like you. Niggas know I drink juice and shit." I was like,
"Nigga, I forgot about that part." Niggas know I drink juice.
Now, I got... out of all the scenes that happened in this episode, I have to play this fucking scene. This walking scene.
Oh, yes.
Because that shit was so real. Because Earn was still drunk and not really lucid enough to understand the seriousness of the situation, and also how Paper Boi had absolutely no fucks left to give about bullshitting with these niggas. So yeah, I gotta wait for this Jack Reacher commercial to finish. Yeah, you go see that in theaters if you want this weekend. Jack Reacher is back.
What's that?
It's a movie with Tom Cruise, and he plays a guy named Tom Cruise, but really Jack Reacher.
He runs.
It's an Impossible White Man movie where Tom Cruise runs around a lot.
It's not even really impossible. The second one isn't.
Pretty impossible. I haven't seen the second one.
No, it's not impossible. It makes
the first one is impossible as hell.
The first one is poorly shot too. That's why everything looks impossible, because you can't really. It's bad. The second one, it just really shows
Jack
how.
Reacher's character was supposed to be like 6'2", and
yeah, that's no.
They're trying to make Tom Cruise look bigger.
They really need to stop. In the new one, I mean, they basically just make police look incompetent. The military police looks incompetent. The people on airplanes, like the stewardess and the undercover cops, they look incompetent.
That's what I'm saying. Like they made Air just look fucking up. Like, damn. Like, how did they achieve that?
Prove it. Never stop growing.
Okay.
Never stop learning.
All right.
Take a hard knock and come back from.
I don't even know why that just happened. It's a football commercial. It's an Eastern automotive commercial. That's not one of the funny ones. That's a serious one.
Wait, Eastern Motors, like the one that used to have the damn ratchet commercials in Baltimore?
Yeah, look, it looks like it. So, all right, let's play this scene and then we'll talk about it, because this was one of the realest fucking scenes ever in a show, yo. Like, I've had niggas do this. when they get upset. Shit is so good.
Fuck this, man. Like, he only gave us $750, man. I'm sorry, man. I just don't scare people like you, man. Like, niggas know I drink juice and shit.
Fuck that. We getting our fucking money, man.
What's up, Earn?
What's up, Swift? What are you doing here?
You know sweaty ass Tony. It's that nigga birthday, man. So...
No, nigga. Let's go.
Okay. This nigga, man.
Just follow.
Oh, shit.
Oh
Go.
my God.
Oh, so yeah, I forgot Swift came back. So you remember? Everybody remember Swift? Like,
Is that who that is? The dude from the airport?
Yeah, the dude you work with.
Okay.
the one, they talked about he got the hose that he took to the $5 happy hour.
Why he riding the car with the girl?
Listen, this fucking scene. If somebody could make a gift of this with sound, I would watch it all day. Because when that nigga came back into the scene and walked through the middle of their conversation and clapped like he was part of the conversation, like he sped that shit up to the very end.
Man, he said, "Why you here, man?" He said, "Man, you don't sweat told him sweaty to get a birthday. Ah ha ha ha, nigga, let's go."
No, he said because I had.
How you gonna laugh? How you gonna laugh coming to it clapping?
I had to
like
put
he part of the joke and then just like flip on him.
I've seen niggas do that on the basketball court, in the gym, and it is never not funny when somebody speeds up a conversation like that in the most rude fashion possible. He walked through the middle of them and gave Earn's answer and circled out. He said, no, nigga, let's go.
He's like, all right, I have sped this conversation is over. Let us get to what we need to get to.
The way he did it was so fucking real, dude. Like, I would have to ask them how many times they shot this scene to get that shit right. Because
I wouldn't be surprised at that shit if they had different ad-libs like every time. Like if they shot that and then he kind of interrupted in a different way every time. It was like I wouldn't be surprised.
And that's the one they stuck with, the one that was perfect. Oh God, that scene is so fucking real.
Oh,
and it is
God.
never not funny when niggas do that to each other.
I cackled, dog. I literally over here busted.
Oh no! From this point to the end, hilarious.
Everything.
Listen, when he did that, and I text this to Deidre. She was talking about the invisible car, and I responded to text. I was like, no, when this nigga walked through them and sped up that conversation, it was like 11 o'clock in my apartment. I screamed. I was so done when he did that shit. I could not believe they put that in an episode. It was so surreal, bruh. So he.
Oh no, yeah, that was real.
He storms back there to the music, man, and it is this Big Huey song, and it is about people not fucking with you.
Times.
Yeah,
that song is the jam. The Roots and John Legend covered it on their album.
So he storms back there, he kicks the door open, and Chris is still Chris the Nigerian, which is his name now. Chris the Nigerian is still back there.
And the same girl, I don't know what she's doing.
I don't think they cleaned that throw up off the floor either. That throw up is probably still in there on the floor.
No, it was still there.
And they counting nothing. And Paper Boi asks him where his money is. And he says, I gave Earn your money. And before the sentence could be finished, he slaps the shit out of him.
Slap the shit out that nigga.
Which is way more disrespectful than getting punched in your face.
Did he hit a high note? Did he hit he went back?
Well, let's see, because I got the audio.
People all around me, and they're all in fear. They don't seem to want me.
One question: where did all these other niggas come from?
No, the two niggas were there from the beginning. They were sitting across from Paper Boi.
Oh, okay.
Like they were sitting there. Darius was sitting to the side, and they were sitting facing Paper Boi.
Gotcha.
So those two niggas in the black and white were always there.
All right.
They won't admit I must be some kind.
Where my money, nigga?
Man, I gave Earn your money.
Damn! Where's my fucking money, man?
I can write you a check.
Nigga, do I look like a bank? I'll take fucking checks. Where my money at?
I got it all right here, man. Just take it. Just take it.
This shit.
Great.
This shit gangster.
Yeah, nigga.
Oh, shit.
He smacked him with the money.
He slapped him with 4,750. No, my bad. $4,250.
The band. He pulled out a band. Like I said, bands are using 5,000, 10,000, stuff like that. He pulls out the band, looks at it, and say, "Yeah," and then slaps the nigga with it.
He slapped him with four.
The dude falls out, like it knocks him off the stage.
And the person you hear going, "Oh damn, that is Swift." Because Swift is come with them.
Swift is filming
knows
it.
that drama shit is about to go down.
Swift is filming
Swift got his camera,
Swift
got
is
his
filming
video
it, dog.
out. That shit about to be on World Star and shit.
Oh my god, he slapped that man with $4,250.
Oh my god.
And you heard all 4,250 bills hit that man in the face. And then
he goes.
And then at the
then
end,
he goes in there and takes a case of Miller High
no,
Life.
he took 2 cases. He took a case, and then the other nigga took a case.
Swift came in and took a case. What did Swift say?
He said
business practices.
He said you should really practice better business habits. So yeah.
Oh Lord.
And then Chris gets back up off the ground. They done left. He says, "Damn, that boy's gonna be a star." And then he looks at this girl. He says, "Man, call the police." So they cut back, and everybody's outside of the club chilling, because this is the best time of the club. Honestly, is being outside, seeing what everybody really look like, and seeing if it's anybody you can holler at and be like, "Oh wait, you cute though. Y'all want to go hang out at IHOP?" Some shit like that.
It's drunk people walking out.
Mm-hmm.
Girls hair messed up, and sweated. We weaves out. It's great.
So they're just reminiscing. They having their conversation.
Stockings got torn. It's wonderful.
And they're laughing. They got their money. It's a good night. So it was rough, but it was a good night in the end.
Earn feel like some waffles with some
chicken sausage.
Chicken sausage.
He says he's gonna tear that chicken sausage up.
What did he say? He said, "Nigga, that sound."
He says, "Nigga, that sound kind of gay. Sound kind of gay."
But then he laughed at it. Like, everybody in a good mood, man. Everybody's in a good ass.
Yeah, because Earn is still drunk.
As fuck. He's getting drunk about a minute. That them Hennessy shots are still kicking in. And, so Earn, they're laughing it up, chilling by the car, and they hear argument happening, and it is Marcus Miles people, is what I think. And altercation, some shots ring out. Now,
I mean, it's a classic when you hear fights and you start looking like, look, them niggas fighting. And then when you hear that shot, it's like, all right, shit done gone too far.
Time to go.
We gotta go.
So, and I don't want to nitpick this show because I know why they did this. But because they needed to get this shot in the background.
Oh, you mean the little people that were standing there?
So, about 5 people run into the middle of the street, and they line up, and they start looking behind them. And then you see them go flying up in the air. You hear a car, and if you look, you can see Marcus Miles in the driver's seat.
You see 2 people. You see a person sitting and come floating by,
like Wonder Woman in the invisible jet.
Nigga, I had to look at my girl. Was like, was that an invisible car? Like, did you see that with me?
Oh my gosh. They were sitting like, I wouldn't even say they had their little seatbelt on. Like, that's how
oh, so amazing. So amazing. That invisible car came through, hit people. Shit, it's so great.
And that was my thing was, I understood that they needed those people to line up in the street like that, because outside of that, just trying to get that invisible car scene, it made absolutely no sense for the people to stand in the middle of that road like that and wait to get hit by an invisible car.
Because one of them looked like they tried to move, but he was the first to get plowed.
I think 2 of them was actually holding hands. But that fucking scene was greatness. That is a scene for people who've been paying attention to the show since the beginning, to the episode since the beginning. That was a
because
small...
if you miss that little small throwaway scene where Darius is showing him the Instagram,
That
then
scene
you
makes
don't.
absolutely no sense.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. It still look like it's still a nigga in an invisible car. So you still get that, but it makes so much more sense once you see why the car is invisible.
It also makes you question how would an invisible car actually work, because if you're in a car that can turn invisible, and the stuff around, like, how does that work? Why can you just see through? I don't know. It's if you're in it, don't you become invisible too? Because you're inside of the thing that has turned invisible.
No, you're just sitting on invisibleness.
I mean, does it work like that though, Twan? Because we don't know how invisibility actually works. Like, if you're in a contraption that can turn invisible, doesn't that make you invisible
clearly
too?
it works that way if it worked that way. Because you could always see Wonder Woman in her invisible jet.
Which was weird.
Just sitting down, flying around.
That is a weird. That is a weird concept in general. Like,
it's a terrible concept.
If you're in a jet that turns invisible for you to hide from people, that's not how stuff is supposed to work.
To have an invisible jet,
they said that the jet is invisible. It's not cloaked. You're not cloaked in it.
But she's in the jet, and the jet is cloaked.
The jet with a
the jet. No, it's
not
invisible.
There's a difference. There is, I guess, technically.
Cloak means that you're trying to obscure what is being seen in it. Invisible is just invisible.
Not visible, right?
Like, the air is all around us. It ain't invisible.
I mean, legitimately invisible. I mean, we're talking about.
You can see trees and shit.
Something that is invisible is not necessarily cloaked, whereas something that is cloaked is intended to be invisible.
Yeah, it's the Rhombus Square argument. I get exactly. That. I'm just saying, like, because what's the name from Fantastic Four? She's not really invisible. She bends light, which makes her invisible.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what they've done. They've actually made,
which is
they've actually made cloaks now that you can get where you can wear them and it reflects the light from behind you and basically just prints that image on you, and you can walk around like that shit now. It's great shit.
All right, Trump. So
it's huge.
The way you said that shit was very Trump. It's great shit. It's great shit.
Oh, it's great shit.
It's great. It's great. Make visibility great again. So, yeah, they do go get Earn this waffle and chicken sausage, and they're still laughing the night up. Darius has come out. He's done with Zoo Tycoon, and they laughing it up. And they see the news report talking about there being a shooting at the club. And again, in national coverage, Paper Boi is wanted for questioning in relation to an armed robbery.
Armed robbery.
Which I guess they mean
They didn't care shit about the shooting or a nigga in a visible car hitting people.
Right.
Because it was a shooting and vehicular manslaughter.
4 people got ran over.
The club.
4 people
Somebody
got ran
tried
over.
to say that was Waffle House. I was like, I don't know the Waffle House with no flat screens.
Yeah.
Especially not know they're in Atlanta. And I know, like,
these are hands. They're not necessary.
That commercial is being an asshole.
But yeah, like, if they went to the Waffle House, especially downtown, since that club, you know, when it was there, it was downtown, it's definitely no flat screen.
I'm not going to say it doesn't look like a Waffle House at first glance. It does look like a Waffle House, but then again, Waffle House looks like regular diners. So it could legit just be a diner.
It's probably like a Landmark. Like, I thought it was Landmark Diner, but yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's not Waffle House.
Yeah,
Waffle House is not that clean, and it doesn't have flat screens.
All right, so what are we talking about now? We're done.
Yeah,
he ends the episode with "fuck the club."
One other thing I was reading on the thread, they were talking about the episode, and someone pointed out that they believe that this night happened like around the same time. Well, this is what Darius said in the earlier episode, like, oh, you know, you're going to be getting money and stuff. Didn't he say on one of those things like, oh, you're supposed to get some money from like the dogs and stuff? So he should be having like a whole bunch of money now.
How would we know that this is that many months later?
Because I thought they said something along the lines of September. Didn't they say something on the flyer? It showed like the date.
I didn't look at a flyer.
I mean, are we saying that money could be coming up, or are we saying that it came up in this episode?
Like, it's supposed to be coming up.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's
all together.
I think that's a bit.
From Earn being broke, and now he's getting.
I think that's a fan theory. I don't think that's an actual like legitimately, if you're watching the show theory, I don't think they hint at that at all. I think that's just a, hey, remember when they talked about this? Well, in my chronological mind, I think we're in September now. And I'm saying it could be a September flyer, but I don't think that the show, I could be wrong. I just don't think that the show.
I mean, it's one of those things where, like, when you got shows like this, nothing is out the realm of possibility, because if they talk about it, then it can be referenced. Any small detail can be, referenced.
I also just don't remember seeing a flyer. I watched this episode 4 times. I don't remember a flyer.
I thought I remembered the flyer like earlier on.
I thought was there one when they showed Atlanta on the spilled in the drink, spilled in the bar?
I'm looking at that scene now, and it's just Atlanta written on the table in like a silhouette on the tablecloth. There's no flyer though. Maybe they meant like
I thought I saw a flyer earlier, like earlier on in the episode.
I would need
Maybe
to know.
I'm wrong, but I thought I saw one.
I'm looking. He claims he printed up these flyers, but I definitely cannot see them. I feel like they would have. See, I feel like I shouldn't have to look for it like this. Like if that was something they wanted you to take note of, you would have seen it. It would have been in the background, like very visible. And I just can't find it. It could be here. I just can't find it. That's just like I wanted to bring. I'm glad you said that, Deidre. I wanted to bring this up too before we got out of here. So we saw the Montague episode with the commercials, right? Well, if you go back and watch earlier episodes, those commercials are playing at different points in different episodes. So the the Coconut Crunchos commercial is playing when Vanessa calls Albert to get his advice on how to pass a weed test.
Are you serious?
Yes, he's laughing at the commercial. He's on the couch laughing at it, playing, and then she calls and he picks up the phone. Somebody else pointed out that the Swisher Sweets commercial is playing in like episode 2 or 3, somebody in our group. And you can hear it in the background, or you can see it on the TV playing. So stuff like that is dope. Like, and it's funny because we didn't learn about these commercials till after. So that's really for people like me who will go back and watch this season 50 million times, because these are just really, really easy episodes to watch, and they're funny as shit.
I did not know that. That's funny.
Coconut Cruncho joint is definitely playing. I don't see any flyers though. All right, so I don't know what's going on next week. I just know that Earn is in the car playing with the window with Vanessa, and she screams at him.
Nigga, that scene right there is so real. Just trying to, like, I done had that shit happen to me all the time.
As a
trying to put the window down.
As a person who doesn't typically ride passenger side, when I do get in the passenger seat of a vehicle, I do want to act like a kid. I do want to like lean my seat back and lean it forward and lean it back and put the window up and put it down. It's like I never get to do this while I'm driving because I'm always focused on shit, like the road and driving, not hitting people with my invisible vehicle. So, yeah. Also, shout out to being able to review this show, because I started off the night watching maybe a smooth 10 to 15 minutes of the debate, and this got me away from that.
Nigga, I don't need to see shit.
I mean, nobody can tell me that. I don't have to look at it to know it's probably a fuckery fest.
He didn't answer one question in the 15 minutes that I saw.
Why would
she answered every question? He didn't answer any.
It's one of those things, like, but anyone previous to this, I'd have been like, oh, I watch the debate because I actually want to hear their questions on different policy and stuff. This one, I'm like, nah, I'm not voting. Like, no, like, not voting for this dude.
Did you see Aziz Ansari's go out and vote?
Yes,
that shit is perfect.
Is the best one.
It is so perfect. I love the fact that I think he's actually pissed that they asked him to do that and paid him to do it.
Yeah, that Jay is perfect.
All right, man. So this has been Where's My 40 Acres Atlanta review. These reviews are getting longer and longer as the season goes. By the time we get to episode 10, which is 2 episodes from now, these reviews will be 3 hours long. Which is why I know somebody had asked me why y'all haven't gotten any Where's My 40 Acres episodes in a couple weeks, because we talking about this Atlanta. So
show is so deep, man.
yeah, it's a lot. This is a perfect conversation for an episode. Typically with Where's My 40 Acres episode, we have to go through topics and what's going on in the world. And I like the fact that we can just talk about this show and things that we reminisce about while watching this show and things that hit us in the heart and the soul. Because this show is just so so black and so deep that we don't have to talk about Hillary having to actually stand at a podium against a orange with a wig.
Right.
Mango Man. So
Yeah,
Hillary wants to say like, why we
why
doing
you
this
look
right
like
now?
that? And why do you look like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Y'all really trying to make me sit up here and talk to this nigga.
Mandarin.
Word.
The blonde Mandarin would be his villain name. So, all right, y'all. Where's My 40 Acres podcast, the Boob Tooth spinoff show, representing for all the black television reviews. I guess Luke Cage should be next since everybody's watching it.
Okay, I gotta follow it. I mean, I gotta finish it.
I actually gotta start it.
It's so good.
So
What?
I'm actually gonna watch it week by week because I have to start it. So I guess that'll be the next Boob Tooth series, Luke Cage.
Oh.
Since you already watched it, Deidre. Yeah.
I know. It was so good.
It was. Man, I'm telling you, man. When the Thing and Human Torch showed up in episode 13, bro, I was like,
all right, y'all. We'll holler at y'all next time. We out in our invisible.
Oh man.
We out with our invisible mic equipment. Peace. I'm gonna go walk Cora with this invisible leash so she scares everybody and they think she's loose.
Wow.
Where's my 40acres.com, y'all? Peace.
Having a hard time in this crazy town. Having a hard time. There's no love to be found. Having a hard time in this crazy town. Having a hard time. There's no love to be found. From my body house, I feel like me another.
If you'd like to listen to the songs from Atlanta, you can find them all on our Spotify playlist. It is titled Atlanta Soundtrack parentheses FX space show, or you can just follow me on Spotify at Phenom Black, PhenomBlak, no C please, and look for the Atlanta Soundtrack playlist. All 40 plus songs are there. So, like the one you just heard. Peace.